Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're stepping into the digital shadows of London. We're focusing on a really critical chapter from Watchdogs, Legion.
That's right, specifically SIRS espionage games.
Exactly. And our mission, well, it's to unpack what it really means to operate in this kind of hyper-connected world, where every secret is potentially a weapon and trust that's basically gone.
Yeah, this is a deep dive into a pretty complex web. We're talking digital espionage, the big British intelligence agency SIRS, and of course the main antagonist, this figure called 0 Day.
It's really your shortcut to understanding just how chilling modern surveillance and counter-surveillance can get. The whole narrative is just soaked in paranoia. Everything feels manipulated, like betrayal could be just around the next digital corner. We're going to try and pull back the curtain a bit on these complex dynamics, dynamics that feel, well, maybe a little too close for comfort sometimes.
Okay, let's get into it.
So let's decrypt this.
It all kicks off with a call, doesn't it? A sudden, urgent contact that just changes everything for DedSec, the hacker collective.
Right, it's a call to action. And the source is interesting.
Very interesting. It's internal.
Yeah, not every secret is caught on camera, like we said. Sometimes they have a voice, and this voice, this whistleblower, they're inside SIRS.
The very agency DedSec is up against.
Instantly redraws the lines, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The enemy isn't just outside the gates anymore. They might be right there inside. It forces DedSec to ask, how do you even fight a system when it's rotting from the inside out?
And DedSec's methods here are fascinating. It's not just brute force hacking.
No, not at all.
They go covert. They're using drones, spiderbots, these tiny little machines, almost invisible extensions of the hackers slipping into places like Southwark.
Those quiet industrial zones. It really shows how intelligence gathering has shifted, It's not always about boots on the ground anymore. Sometimes the best spy isn't even human.
And the things they dig up?
It's not just emails, is it? It's stuff that was deliberately buried.
Exactly. Forgotten data. We're talking digital reconstructions, DNA traces that were supposed to be gone, phantom bullet marks from incidents nobody officially reported.
They're not just finding secrets. They're uncovering truths that the powers that be actively tried to erase.
So then they find this van, an abandoned shed.
And it all clicks into place.
Yeah, the chilling truth. Someone high up in SIRS is playing both sides. A double agent.
And that's not just a plot point. It sets the whole tone, right? This theme of betrayal just runs through everything that follows.
Absolutely. You immediately start questioning everyone, every piece of intel. Can you trust anyone when the system itself is compromised at that level?
It forces DedSec to completely change their game. It's not enough just to hack anymore.
No, now they have to be spies. This is where they really get their Espionage 101 crash course.
Right. Data warfare now needs boots on the ground. Or, well, spiderbots on the ceiling.
Precisely. It's a huge evolution for them. They're moving beyond the keyboard into the physical space, using cunning and infiltration.
And that rooftop operation is a perfect example, setting a spiderbot up like a little cybernetic scout.
Yeah, imagine that tiny thing slipping through vents, tapping right into the SIRS network. It becomes their eyes and ears deep inside enemy territory.
And what it finds is kind of disturbing.
That London's control grid isn't just people, it's algorithms. Complex algorithms built on, well, essentially lies.
So the spiderbot isn't just stealing data, it's poking at the very digital structure that is the lie.
And that marks DedSec's first major, internal assault on SIRS. They're not just watching anymore, they're digging in, operating from the inside out.
So their tactics are evolving, getting more direct, and then they deploy something, well, pretty ruthless. The honey trap.
Yeah, and the way this is presented is just cold efficiency. DedSec creates a persona, male, female, doesn't matter, to seduce, hack, expose.
The identity is just a tool, a mask.
It really highlights how, in this kind of world, even something like human connection can become just another weapon.
The goal is brutally simple. Get the info before it disappears. It's a race. And the human target. Just another variable to manage.
It makes you think about trust, doesn't it? How incredibly fragile, almost dangerous it becomes when deception is standard operating procedure.
And what happens after?
There's always that doubt. You get the info, maybe a cynical smile from the operator, but then you're left wondering, is this person actually an ally now? Or just another traitor waiting to turn?
It reinforces that theme again.
Yeah.
Constant distrust. Everyone could be playing a deeper game. No alliance feels safe.
And navigating this minefield leads them straight towards hunting 0 Day.
This is a whole new level of adversary, not a corporation, not just drones. 0 Day is described almost like a phantom, an enigma,
Yeah, they really transcend the previous threats. You can't just expose a phantom like you expose a corrupt CEO, right?
DedSec gets closer than ever, but the closer they get,
The harder the system pushes back. Instantly.
alarms, turrets activating, more guards flooding the area. It's like the city's digital nervous system itself is fighting them.
And in the middle of all that chaos, maybe the biggest enemy isn't the guards or the tech, it's paranoia.
Good point. Knowing every step is watched, every breath analyzed, it makes just moving forward incredibly difficult.
They're fighting something that messes with their heads just as much as it tries to stop them physically. It makes you wonder, how do you tell real threats from just the fear when you're under that kind of constant surveillance?
So how do you fight a ghost like that?
Yeah.
Especially when you're second-guessing everything.
Relentlessly. DedSec pushes on with stealthy infiltration, incredibly tense hacks under pressure, even these wild urban chases through London.
Yeah, those chases are intense.
And it's through keeping up that pressure, never backing down, that they start to kind of chip away at 0 days anonymity. The mask starts to crack.
That relentless pursuit eventually leads them to the smoking gun, actual proof they need.
And it's not somewhere obvious. It's hidden away, a forgotten storage unit.
Lost to time, lost to the system. Which is a neat touch, actually. Shows how even critical evidence can just get buried digitally and physically.
Inside. The file. A name. A plan. Something that was never meant to see the light of day. This is it. The key.
But getting it out isn't simple. They have to protect Bagley.
Their AI partner, yeah. He's breaching the SIRS network while all hell breaks loose around the team. Drones attacking, guards closing in.
Imagine that scene. Protecting your digital brain while fighting off physical attackers. It's this intense, multi-layered battle.
But they manage it. The data gets out. It's a huge win.
Another step closer to the truth. But, like you said, it opens more doors, leads them right into the next crisis.
Which they call the kill box. And this time, it's personal for DedSec.
Yeah, they find out one of their own team members is missing.
And not just missing, caught, lured into a very specific military-grade trap. This wasn't random, it was targeted, designed to break them.
It really shifts the stakes, doesn't it? Suddenly, it's not just about data, it's about saving one of their own.
And the narrative makes a point here. Rescuing them isn't just about shooting or hacking your way out. It requires faith.
Faith in the cause, faith in each other.
Probably both. Faith when everything is designed to make you despair. It turns it from just a mission into, like, a test of their core beliefs.
And the escape.
Pure cinema, a frantic chase through London streets. It's desperate, high-octane stuff.
But when the dust settles,
The impact is deep. It leaves scars. The narrative says the world around will never be the same for them. It's not just relief. It's a psychological shift. Their view of the mission, the enemy, it's all changed.
and that altered perspective leads them straight into the Malik dossier.
Right, where it looks like they've finally found the traitor. Richard Malik, high-ranking SIRS official, seems clear-cut.
But then, that immediate twist. Or that what they want you to believe.
And the conspiracy just spirals. DedSec is chasing fragments, intercepting calls, breaking into these heavily fortified places, trying to piece together this massive puzzle while under fire.
How do you even navigate that level of potential deception?
Well, it leads to this incredibly intense sequence. Defending multiple servers at once, downloading data while fighting off waves of drones, soldiers, it's pure chaos, demanding everything they've got.
And the data they finally get.
It's fragmented, it points to manipulation, but it's widespread. It makes them question Malik's role entirely.
So is he the villain? Or just a pawn?
Or, and this is the unsettling part, maybe the most dangerous player precisely because you can't pin him down, it leaves Malik as this huge question mark.
This whole tangle of lies and control then forces this bigger realization, doesn't it, in Barbarians at the Gate.
Yeah, it makes you step back and ask, what if the real enemy isn't a person or even SIRS itself, but just control? Pervasive system-level control.
They had this interrogation back at their base, and you'd think it would provide answers.
But it does the opposite. It just leads to harder questions. The more they learn, the less clear the picture gets about who's really pulling the strings.
And that leads to that big question the material poses. What is SIRS, if not simply another arm of control? It reframes the whole conflict.
It's not just about bad actors within a system. It's about the nature of the system itself.
And then that final, really chilling thought they leave you with. What if the true barbarians are already inside the gates?
Ooh. Yeah, not an external enemy, but an internal corruption. The idea that the biggest threat is already part of the structures meant to protect us. It really challenges your assumptions.
So after going through all of that, this deep dive into SIRS espionage games, where does it leave DedSec? And I guess us?
Well, DedSec definitely knows a lot more. They've peeled back some serious layers, but the full picture, still fuzzy. The core mystery is still out there.
In 0 day.
Still very much in the shadows, still observing, manipulating, breathing, as the narrative puts it. The threat hasn't gone away.
It brings us back to that rather bleak metaphor, doesn't it?
Yeah. In the game of espionage, the king is never at risk, only the pawns fall. A stark reminder about who pays the price in these information wars. Something DedSec learns firsthand.
This whole chapter really forces you, the listener, to think about digital control, how fragile trust is now, and how hard it can be to find the truth.
Absolutely. It invites you to reflect on these themes, not just in the game, but, well, in our own world, which is getting more saturated with information and surveillance all the time.
A world where maybe we're all a bit like DedSec sometimes, sifting through fragments, trying to figure out what's real, who to trust.
And wondering where the real barbarians might actually be.
Definitely gives you a lot to think about. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope it sparked some thoughts.